going on, YouTube? You know who it is. Subscriptions video. I thought they were going to be late this week because of the 4th, but to my surprise, they came today, and I couldn't have been more excited. Just going to hop right into these. Swamp Thing, number 22. Swamp Thing meets Constantine in this book, and I've never really read a lot of Constantine. I'm not too familiar with Constantine. I understand his premise, but other than that, I'm not too familiar. But this book was awesome. There's this new villain or something named the Cedar. I'm not sure. It's kind of unclear if he's a villain. It seems he is, but it's not, you know, it's kind of awkward at this point. He comes to this town in Scotland and asks a gentleman on a bench what would be this town's wish if the town would make a wish. And he says, open up the whiskey factory again. So the Cedar, you know, does whatever. He has this weird, it looks like he's infected, plants a seed and a whiskey tree grows. A tree that looks like whiskey's coming off it. Apparently this hurts the green, so that's why Swamp Thing's involved. Him and Constantine have a little tiff, because Swamp Thing knows Constantine can't be, you know, he lies, he can't be trusted. And you read more and more into it, and eventually this whiskey that they're drinking off the tree turns them all into, like, bloodthirsty, mad townspeople, just brutalizing each other and killing each other. Really love this. It's a 2-part story arc called The Whiskey Tree. But it's also found out at the end here that Constantine has been drinking it also. And it seems that Swamp Thing's connection to the green is fading in some way. Awesome book, though. At first, when I opened it up and it said, I thought Constantine, I didn't think I was going to like it. And, it seems like a common thing in the books this week. Something's going on in England or Europe in general, because this one took place in Europe, and I think 1 or 2 other ones did. But absolutely love that book. Dial H, number 14. For as much as I love Dial H, leading up to before they announced it was canceled, I equally hate it now. I hated this book. It was a chore to read it through. I know everybody doesn't feel the same way as I do, but I feel like they're just trying to pack so much in to these last couple issues that it's just not even worth it, because I hated this book. I hated the last one, and I think I hated the one before that. And it's such a shame, because leading up to those books, it was such a joy. It was one of my favorite books. I honestly debated dropping this for the next. I think the next one's the last one. It's like a $4.99 finale or whatever. I debated dropping it, but I might as well close out the series. I guess that's my collector mentality, but I was not a fan of that at all. Now a book that I still have no idea what's going on. I think I've read 4 issues of this. Stormwatch is number 22. Still have no idea what's going on. But because the great one, Jim Starlin, is writing it, I'm going to stick around. Because I believe in Jim Starlin. I've actually been enjoying it. Even though I'm not familiar with these characters. Even though I'm still not even half understanding what's going on with this collective, and now Lobo's there. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm enjoying it. So it's not going anywhere off my pull. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if it got canceled, because I think after the team got reinvented by Jim Starlin, I think a lot of people dropped off of it. So it may get canceled. Jim Starlin may bring this out of the ashes. I don't know. But right now, it's a fun read. But unless you love Jim Starlin as much as I do, you're probably not going to give it a shot. I know some people that jumped off of it, but it's not going anywhere from my pull. Loved it. Action Comics, number 22. First off, I want to say that the Krypton storylines in these are interesting, but I couldn't care less about them. I couldn't. It's really, I try to read them, I try to find them interesting, but I just don't care. I can't bring myself to care. I know it's the experiences of Jor-El, you know, living his life, doing stuff for science, but it's something's wrong with it for me. But to the main story, what I want to say is Tyler Kirkham can draw Superman. I loved the way Superman was drawn in here. The only thing that I would have changed is his hair's a little shorter than I would have liked. Maybe it's not just that. Maybe it's the style it is. But I absolutely loved this title. There's a new villain. I don't know if he's new. It's the first time I ran into him. Something with an S. Smythe. It's not Smythe. It's something along those lines. But I loved it. Strife, Slife, Snife. Something along those lines. But I absolutely love this. He's in space, being a badass. And Tyler Kirkham can draw Superman. I loved this. I loved the main story in this. Cover's awesome, too. Now a book that I don't think a lot of people jumped on, but I'm glad I did, because it was one of my favorite books of the week. I don't think I have a pick of the week yet. Maybe I'll do it at the end unless I come across something I really loved. Avengers AI #1. The Vision has evolved, and now he has new powers, which is awesome. One of those powers is he can break his body into these little nanites and like just blow shit apart. He just breaks into a million pieces and just goes into shit and tears it apart. Awesome, though. I wasn't familiar with, I can't remember his name right now, but he's a son of Ultron. I wasn't familiar with him, and it ends up being like Vision's brother. Wasn't familiar with him, but he played a good part in this. And the Doombot's interesting. Hank Pym has the Doombot kind of controlled, but the Doombot doesn't want to do it, but he has to, or Hank Pym will kill him. Love this new Hank Pym. At first, when I first signed on to this book, I thought it was going to be like a different universe, like a new universe, but it's not. It's actually in continuity, 616, and I was super excited about that. Awesome to see Vision back, and I can live with this Hank Pym. At the end of this book, I think they come across this lady, and I'm not really quite sure who she is, but she's saying somebody's coming, something's coming. Next is a book that I've been pretty excited about because all these miniseries have been awesome. This is Deadpool Kills Deadpool #1. Like the other two, if you're not on this, you should be on it because Colin Bunn is just killing it on these. And this one doesn't disappoint. The Deadpool Corps is back. Anytime I see Lady Deadpool in a book, I'm excited. You rarely see her, but I really love to see her. Her one-shot's just one of my favorite books I own. I mean, I know that's weird, but I just love her. Headpool dives right off the bat in here. Dogpool's in here. Kidpool. You also have the Pulp hero from Deadpool Pulp. And then a Golden Age hero, a Golden Age version of Deadpool that I've never ran into. So I don't know if there's a miniseries out there that I don't have. I don't think that's possible. But I've never ran into him before. He kind of wears a gas mask. But it seems that the Deadpool from an alternate timeline, the one that we've seen in the other Deadpool Kills series, is hunting the Deadpool Corps and the Deadpool from 616. So it should be awesome to see where this goes. I have nothing but great expectations. That should have been one for the last one. But I have nothing nothing but positive feedback for this, and I know the rest are going to be awesome because he's been doing nothing but killing them. Just awesome. Huh, that one worked double too. Killing. Good one. Next we have Iron Man #12. This book was awesome as well. Continues the secret origin of Tony Stark. Recorder, the Rogue, Recorder 451, I think he is, brought a message to Tony saying he had to help his dad, kind of gestate him because he would have died in the womb, and he has big aspirations for him. There were secret gray aliens trying to kill him. All of it's good. The stories, that's alright, but the ending of this, just, I kind of put it down and I just sat back and I said, wow! And, there's a great weapon that Recorder 451 found, and it's kind of built into Tony's DNA. That's why he's always tinkered with the exoskeletons. It's an exoskeleton suit called the God Killer, and that's not the crazy part. Although that's awesome. Tony looks at the schematics, and it's over 25,000 feet tall. Wow, blew my mind. And the Recorder says this is going to be the deterrent from other species and other races from the Earth. It's going to deter them from coming. I don't know exactly how the world would view that. Just, almost, a 5 mile high, almost 5 miles, almost 4 mile thing high. Unbelievable, though. If he is in it in the next issue, it's a definite pickup. I might buy 2. Alright, that's a little exaggeration, but digital code if you want it. Not many digital codes this week. Only 2, and only 1 is available, because 1 is already taken. This is the one that's taken. This is Avengers #15, The Prelude to Infinity. What I can honestly say, though, is Stefano Caselli, I really like how you're drawing. I really like your artwork. Because when Diodato went off of this, I thought, oh, they're not going to be as good. But I really respect what Stefano Caselli is doing in this. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But it's just awesome. It's awesome artwork in this. At first, when this cocoon started cracking in issue 14, I thought, first thought in my mind was Warlock was coming back. Cocoon, Warlock. I thought that's what was going to happen. I wouldn't mind it, but I feel like Warlock, I don't know, I think Warlock might come back during Infinity. It just seems something that would happen. But it seems that this cocoon broke, something's escaped, it sent a message to somewhere, and this giant robot now is flying towards Earth. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm enjoying it. Hickman's just adding more layers to this sandwich of shit that's going on. But it's good tasting shit. I mean, I'm enjoying the shit sandwich that Hickman is feeding me. Pardon the language. XMen Legacy number 13. Another wonderful cover here by, I think it's Mike Del Mundo. Not positive, though. Mark Del Mundo? I don't know. But this is another one that takes place in Europe. I believe this one takes place in England, because just like Gambit last week, Wisdom is in here. Good old Pete Wisdom with his plasma fingers. And his horrible demeanor. The way they explain him in this, though, is he's like the 007, if 007 had plasma coming out of his fingers. But the way this was written was phenomenal. I don't know why I hated Pete Wisdom in Gambit, because I liked him in this. I really enjoyed this book as a whole. Every issue of this is such a solid issue. If you're not reading this, pick it up. If you don't want to pick up in singles, pick up at least the first trade, because they are doing some incredible stuff with this, and I don't want this book to go anywhere. Absolutely love his title. Legion is just doing a wonderful job of trying to better his father's legacy. And I guess that's why it's called X-Men Legacy, but who knows. Wonderful title, though. He actually goes a little nuts in that, and kind of takes control of people to try to form a team. Finally, well, not finally, but because there's still 3 books, but finally Thunderbolts in issue 12 is written by a normal human being. Daniel Way writes things for children. I feel like Daniel Way is writing things for immature people in this mind state that comic books are for people who aren't smart. He writes things, he dumbs everything down. This book was written, Charles Soleil, maybe way off. I don't know why Charles would be popped in my head, but written awesomely. This is almost a Punisher solo story. It talks about how him and Elektra were talking after Elektra came back with her brother's blood on her hands, and says, hesitated, says she disposed of the body. Punisher does some investigating, finds out that's not quite true, and he starts hunting him down. This whole issue is him hunting him down, and eventually there's a final meetup between the two. There's an awesome fight. Punisher breaks his arm, and then headbutts her brother and breaks his neck. I've never seen a headbutt break a neck. Excuse me. And then he didn't leave him there with the broken neck. He put him out of his misery. There's actually a line he says to himself. He says, most would leave him here and think this is worse than death. He's like, not me. He deserves to die. And he just kind of smothers him. Awesome, though. Love this book. I love the way it's written. I hope this isn't just like a one issue for him to write. I hope he's kind of writing it from here on out, because I loved this issue. If you didn't like Thunderbolts before, jump on it now, because it's worth it. With issue 12, it's only a $2.99 book, so it's not going to hurt your wallet to try one. Well, it might hurt your wallet if you get as many books as I do. Next, a book that I would like to talk more about, but I feel like I really can't, because I haven't been on it long enough to know where some of these interlocking stories are coming from. It is, what is in my eye? Whatever, doing this with one eye. Green Arrow number 22, and he fights Count Vertigo. I absolutely love this. He destroys like this whole palace full of mercenaries at the beginning with some of his specialty arrows, others with just brute strength and technique. Absolutely love the way this is written. There's a 2-page spread, a full 2-page spread of Count Vertigo touching Green Arrow's head, and it's kind of exploding out the back of his head. That's how I felt looking at it, because my mind was blown by it. Andrea Sorrentino just blew my mind on it. I think that's the artist. But I loved this. I love where it's going. Something happened at the end, some type of reveal. He has a sister now. I wasn't really sure what was going on, because I'm pretty sure it's like a callback to something else. But it was very interesting, and I kind of felt a faux sense of surprise, because I knew I was supposed to be, but I wasn't. It was just like, oh, sister! And that's where I was. But very excited for the next one. I'm loving Green Arrow right now. I really want to get some of the back issues. This is Earth 2, number 14. I think it's one of the best covers thus far. And this book went a little downhill the past couple issues. The last issue was good, and then this issue's awesome. As you see on the cover here, War. Green Lantern, Dr. Fate, and Flash are going to war with Steppenwolf. Well, kind of with his army right now. But they get intercepted by the World Army. And I believe Mr. Terrific is unveiled in this issue, which should be awesome. I think that's who he is. But just love this book all around. Oh, excuse me. I might be dying with my eye. There's something in my eye. I'm choking. I can't breathe. But this book was awesome. And I really like where it's going. I can't wait to see the war between Steppenwolf. He unleashes his hounds in this. Like, they're almost like his, his four horsemen, if you want to do a Marvel reference between the two. But he's unleashed these hounds. I'm not quite sure what they do or who they are, but they look pretty powerful. Can't wait to see where that goes. And then, I guess this could be my pick of the week, although I loved Green Arrow. I loved Thunderbolts. I loved a lot of books this week, so no pick of the week. But this was one of the top. The Superior Foes of SpiderMan, which I wasn't on. I didn't get on this book, but I looked at my subscriptions. It said I needed one more book to get my discount, or it would have been a lesser discount. So I picked this one up, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. I've always loved Boomerang. Even when he was in Thunderbolts, I loved him. He's just awesome. This is almost a Boomerang story. Just talks about him and his friends, which is the rest of the Sinister Six, which there's only 5 of them. Boomerang, the Shocker, Speed. Speed. He used to be the Wizard. A new female Beetle, who I have no idea who she is, but it's awesome. And then I'm not sure who the other guy is. But yes, there's actually a joke in here. He says he knows there's only 5 of them. But I absolutely love this. It was funny. It was witty. It was clever. It wasn't too funny. It still had some action. But I absolutely love this book, and I'm so glad I picked it up because I would have been disappointed if I knew this was out here and I didn't. You see the first Superior Spider Month icon on the bottom there. But I recommend picking this up. If you need a book or if you're just looking for something fun to read, this is worth it because it really was awesome. That was my subscriptions. I think I uploaded a Redbox run-through video earlier today. I noticed that I just hit 100 subscribers, so I'm going to be doing some type of contest. I'm not exactly sure what kind yet. I may have that video up later. There should be a What's in the Box video coming shortly because my shelf's getting mighty full. But I still have to put the last What's in the Box I still haven't worked into my collection. So I got to do that and then do another video. But thank you guys for watching, as always, and remember, have a great day.